Corruption is so bad in Nigeria that you cannot defend anybody and you cannot trust anybody.
Corruption is not about embezzling money. Selfish interest is also corruption. When you have a selfish interest against your nation, it's corruption.
That doesn't change the Nigerian in us. Are you hearing me?
They gave us cars. And when they gave us cars, I refused it. Otherwise, I won't get a house in Bodija Estate.
What's the problem with the Southerner becoming the chairman of Nigeria?
I don't know. We have problems.
My brother, your guess is as good as mine. I've always been asking this question.
Are you saying that government is not doing well in regards to the policy?
No, they are doing very well.
There's no way we can look at women and children issues without even looking at discussing with the men.
Tackles only on OSBC. Hello viewers, you're welcome to Tackles today on OSBC TV channel 32 UHF. My name is Deji Adifila. Today on the program I have a guest. She's someone that is into driving the youth, especially making them to realize that they have a future out there. It doesn't matter how difficult the society may look like. And today on the show with me is Fola Ogunsola. How are you today?
I'm very fine.
It's nice to have you on the program.
Thank you very much.
Well, I've listened to you several times, on TV, everywhere, you talk to people, but basically your drive recently that I've seen, it's about youth. You're trying to give them a hope, even after school, especially those undergraduates. I want to ask, first of all, what drives you?
Thank you very much. I just believe that rather than doing a blame game business, it's better for us to create the awareness, how they contribute to the problem we have in the area of unemployment, and how to ensure that they do not become part of the statistics when they leave school. I have discovered that there are two issues which have come together to form one major issue. And that is the fact that our graduates are not employable. They lack the skills required, they lack the attitude required to get a job and retain the job. And I've also discovered that these days in Nigeria, everyone is talking about entrepreneurship. But the issue is, if you want to be an entrepreneur, there are still the basic skills you must possess. Nobody wants to listen to a graduate who cannot even do the work of a skill set holder. So if you want to go into entrepreneurship, you still have to possess the skills. Having those skills, you may now choose whether to go into entrepreneurship or to actually get a job. But we cannot just waive those skills, and we don't have those skills. So we have suffered a lot. In the office, you will suffer because you don't have the right set of people to work with. At home, you have graduates you have spent so money on, and coming back to still ask for money from you because they are jobless. So I think the best thing is to go around, talk about it, bring them in, because we can only create awareness from the schools. When we create the awareness, it's now left for them. When you come out, to start looking for how to empower yourself, and of course working on your attitude. If you are still in school, we are saying get busy during holidays. Nothing stops from actually doing what they are doing in the US. Whatever you want to become, start shadowing a professional. That's what they call it. It's called shadow a professional. You want to be a doctor, shadow a doctor, irrespective of your age. The moment you make your intention known, you don't have holiday anyhow anymore. So by the time you get back to school, you are thinking differently. Everything is changed. Now, having gone through 2 or 3 years of intermittent experience, you are definitely not going to be at the same level with someone who has just been in school reading without the experience. So those are the things we are looking at. And I have discovered that talk is cheap. Everybody will tell you we don't have graduates, they can't write. They can't speak good English, they can't make presentations, they don't have what it takes. Everybody's complaining. But the fact is it just about complaining? And people really think, oh, government should do something about it. And government is actually adopting the wrong approach. They are not actually facing the basic issues.
Do you also agree with me that the educational system in Nigeria has gone so bad that that is why people are complaining, that everyone out there is making complaints? And you also mentioned a point, while you were speaking the other time, that it's just what they need outside. They have only gotten about 25% of it in school.
In fact, about 20. So it's not, when you talk about the education system in Nigeria, I still smile. You know why? It was not any better when I was in school. It was even worse.
When you were in school?
Yes. We didn't have access to what they have access to today. There was no internet.
So what made you better?
Then or now? Now.
Yes.
What has changed? What has
changed about you?
My own personal development drive. I told you that when I was doing NYSC, I was not wasting my time. When I was even in school, I was not wasting my time. I was doing back job, some on a volunteer basis. Some they will pay you peanuts. But we were not working because we wanted to make money. We were working because we wanted to get the skill, the experience.
Who told you to be doing all of that? Was it your parents, or you just felt that you should move ahead and do such?
My parents didn't go to school and they didn't tell me anything. But I just felt I should not be wasting my time. I've never loved TV. I don't really socialize that much. I believe in empowering myself. I believe I should just be the best wherever I am. So by the time I get to school, two things I will use my holiday to do. I will always read ahead of my class. I was always collecting my syllabus in advance. I'll collect the syllabus for the next session. We call it syllabus. Is it the syllabus?
Yes.
For the next session or for the next term, and I'll start reading those courses. Of course, there wasn't even money to buy books. I'll borrow books. At times, I will have to make photocopies, and I'll be reading in line with the syllabus.
You think if there was internet then?
Oh yeah, that would have been fantastic. There wasn't internet, and there was no one to look up to because nobody read my course in my house.
What did you study?
I studied accounting, University of Lagos.
Okay.
So, I said I was in UI, I was in Unilag. I went to various schools, including the University of Lagos, just because I wanted to do accounting. And nobody could stop me. But things have changed. My parents were not schooled. Come on, nobody to actually say do this. But within me, I just made up my mind that I will not work in poverty. So I kept looking for opportunities that will expose me. I kept looking for opportunities where I could even use my own little skill, then get more empowered. So these days, people go on holiday. Of course, I'm not saying that that we didn't have those who were doing the same thing, who were practicing, just who were loafing around. But larger proportion of students those days, we were so serious. And of course, we used to have these people, we call them street brothers and sisters. And
you weren't many, like today.
How do you mean?
When you look at universities today, you see about 250, 500 in a class, even in a university.
Okay. We were not many.
Yeah.
But the challenges that we were exposed to then, I don't think they have those challenges now.
Like what were those challenges?
I don't know how to put this, but it's not something I love to talk about on the screen, but there's something we used to call fringe benefits for lecturers.
Okay.
If you are a lady, you know what it means. If you are a man, that was the way they used to go about it. So things have changed.
It's still happening. It's still happening today.
These days, lecturers are looking for money. They're looking for girls anymore. I don't think so.
They do.
Oh, okay. So those days, you really need to be very outstanding. And despite that, you will still be victimized. We call it victimization.
Yeah.
But because I've put in so much effort, because God has helped me to actually put in my best in all my papers, there was sort of a, let me just try to, I don't know how to put this, that you were more or less not given 100% latitude to actually victimize somebody like me. Because our lecturers will raise their eyebrows. Oh yes.
Why? Because you were outstanding or
student, yes.
yeah.
So if you are saying Fola, I used to be Fola Kiatoro.
Okay.
Like Kiatoro. Okay, well, Fola Kiatoro failed this course. Everybody will be like, no, you're joking. So by the time I put my academic skills together with my working experience together, I mean, you are having a different person, unlike somebody who has used all the holidays
to play around
the street.
Yeah.
So the lecturers, the curriculum is still the same. And I think we even have better environments these days.
You said lecturers are still the same? I don't agree.
I still have my lecturer in the University of Lagos. They are still there today.
But you
They're
know,
using the same notes.
But you know, there are so many other schools that have sprung up before, after then, and you have new lecturers coming up. You know, some people will still tell you that these lecturers do not really have the stuff. What are they giving the students?
Who?
People say that.
I don't have the stuff. How?
Yeah, there's some lecturers now.
They are just busy. They are busy looking for, you know, we cannot mix our academics with the economic problem now. But anyway, they are related. The issue is, those days they were selling handouts.
Yeah. Yeah.
These days they've gone past the stage of selling handouts. They want to work in about 2 or 3 schools. The schools springing up these days are still calling these old aunts to come and give them classes.
And that's the difference. I mean, it's not the same as it was. Then those days you have just a lecturer, they stay in their particular school. That is where he works.
Okay.
He doesn't go to any other place.
Okay.
You know,
This
but
is the particular school, they are selling handouts.
but it's yeah.
You are forced to buy handouts. Victimization was high. So things have changed. There was no internet.
Yeah.
If you just want to buy the handout, you are likely to pass the exam. So I think, to me, things are actually not as bad as they think it is right now. Rather, the students have issues.
What are their issues that you think?
Students banging when lecturers are teaching. They don't want to read. You practically have to beg them to go to school. They don't want to do any extra work. As a matter of fact, they don't want to do vacation job. They believe the holiday is for them to walk around the streets and time to just mingle and do all sorts of things. They are not challenged. That's just it. We were challenged. We were challenged because we look back. I know we still have financial issues on campuses, and of course we are doing a lot in that area, which we're going to talk about. But those days, you were in a class where over 80% are just managing to get by. And when you look back, I've come out of this house where we cannot afford to be 3 square meters. So when I leave school, I need to be able to contribute something.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, they're waiting for you. I started paying, will I call it school allowance, to someone just maybe 17 or 18 months younger than myself. My own younger sister started right from NYSC years, started giving her money to go to school. We don't have that anymore. Those days we were not allowed to do anything on the campus. No jobs on the campus. You can't sell. These days they can sell, they can do all sorts of things on the campus. So they have opportunities. But where you are in the class and you are not serious, they are not even taking notes. We were talking, I talked for about 20 minutes, and possibly 4 or 5 people were writing. They're just looking at you for somewhere, just, you know, and I was like, wow, you could say I actually yapped them one way or the other.
Yeah.
So things have changed. Values, we have problems with values. And parents too are not helping. Most parents are not helping. My school entered university 16 plus, less than 17. And the first semester, people bought a ticket, joined us, everybody enjoyed it. And the next semester, they called us from the school that, sorry, Dapo has indicated his intention to be a medical doctor. Here, if you want to be a doctor, whatever you want to be, you have to shadow somebody who is doing the same thing. So Dapo is not going to be able to spend holiday with you anymore. Yeah.
That's your son?
Yes, my son. The so-called baby of the house. So, and I was like, okay, what's he going to be? They said he's going to be shadowing a doctor. Meaning, he wants to be a doctor, he needs to be working with a doctor. So every holiday, what he does is during the day you shadow a doctor, then in the night you do assignments. During holiday, do we do that in Nigeria? Then can you force them to do that? In my office, the lady you are going to speak to is actually a student. But what she can do, I don't think 1 out of maybe 100 of Nigerian graduates can do what Tosin can do. Oh yeah, I'm saying the truth. Why? She works during holiday. She can write, she can speak, she can make presentations, she can do reports, she can do everything. Why? Because she's using her time well. That's her choice. Of course, the parents have helped. But where your son is not going to do anything, and you are even, panic-beating, and you are even, hey, my son needs to rest, my daughter is back, oh, hey, you're welcome, come and rest. No. They push her out. So when you come to office, you see 6, 7 students working, some from Canada, some from Nigeria, very few from Nigeria, good homes. So parents too have contributed. So it's not just about lecturers.
You talk about the parents, we've talked about the lecturers, What would you say about the government before you even talk about the students? Has government affected anything, in one way or the other that is not even giving the student a drive in order to do well?
I started by saying it's not a blame game. When you talk about government in Nigeria, if you have expectations, you are going to have hypertension. Yeah. Because at times they look the other direction. I used to think, oh, why is government doing this? Why will government not do that? Why will government allow this? And I have stopped talking about government. Because we don't have a country where leaders are made accountable. So when they violate what they promised to do before coming in, nobody's going to challenge them. It's a country where we just murmur, we don't complain. And even if you complain, nobody's going to listen to you. So we all know that government has a role to play. But if you want to wait for government, nothing is going to be done. And that is why we're going around begging people that come. Professionals, let's come together. You won't believe it. We have professor in our midst. We have MD of companies, we have senator in our midst. A sitting senator, Senator Obafemi Ojudu, go to our website, he's one of us. Professor Duroni is a deputy vice chancellor at University of Lagos, he's one of us. We have MDs of companies, people are giving their time. Nobody's talking about government anymore. Because we are not going to achieve anything. Oh, maybe now there is hope. We are all praying that there will be true change. Then they can look into that sector. They can look into the curriculum of Nigerian education and say, come, these are the things that students should be doing. Because even the so-called IT, are they really serious about it? IT students will come to your office with a letter, I want to do IT, and the boy is looking for money. He's not looking for skill. He wants to get paid. Because nobody is going to check any letter. And most times, the boy can get a letter from his uncle, from anybody, where he has not even worked. So a lot of things, so it's not just about government. Oh, we all know that government has messed things up. Oh, we all know that one. But if you want to wait for government, nothing will be done. But I'm actually praying that they will allow us to do the right thing. What we are solving is actually a national malady. Honestly, it's something that government should look into and say, oh, since you guys are ready, let's see how we can work together. Let us empower this group together. The finishing school is running. Nobody knows it's existing. It's all personal funding that we're using. Because the skills that they lack, we are saying, come to finishing school. What we are doing right now, the life after campus, is just to create awareness. That you cannot meet up with the expectations of the marketplace. You have expectations, marketplace too has expectations, but there's a wide gap. Because what they are looking for, you don't have up to 20% in you. So if we manage to employ you, we cannot keep you for more than 2 months. So how can we bridge the expectation? Now, when you come to finishing school, we will give you those skills. They will be trained instead of the deception that they have adopted in Nigeria. Entrepreneurship, let's give them money to start business. The guy shouldn't have gone to university if he was meant to be an entrepreneur selling peanuts.
Selling something,
And we see their own children in the US, we see their children in America, sending them to good schools. And we are just turning our heads away from the Nigerian masses saying entrepreneurship. Even the entrepreneurship, don't they require the basic skills?
Yeah,
So,
but you talked about your days. Then you weren't having holidays. During holidays, you had to be doing something.
Yes.
Was that the process you were going through the finishing school, and so it made it easier for you after you graduate eventually?
Yes, it made it easier because I was already working.
Yeah.
I had little working experience. I had little.
Yeah.
Then I discovered that what they taught me in University of Lagos could not sustain me at all. So attitude came in. We were handling basic skills here and attitude. Two issues have been identified.
Yeah.
To cause unemployability. They don't have skills, they don't have attitude. So I had some skills.
But let me just quickly cut. If you went to school, you send a child to school to go to university, and all he could bring back is 20% of what he will need in the labor market. So why don't we include that in our curriculum in school so that they have something better? Do we have to go to another training after school?
The finishing school, really, we are still creating this awareness, and thank God the professors are there.
Yeah.
The DSA, Dean of Student Affairs, they always sit down with us. And most schools have called us to say that, is there any way we can actually inculcate this into our curriculum?
Yeah.
Fine. If they are ready, we are ready. We just go there and give them those skills, create the awareness, teach them, give them the handouts, then give them opportunity to come and work. And let me tell you, we are not just going to give them, there is room for that. We've been doing that for years.
Okay.
I don't have enough space to accommodate everyone, but we give them out.
Okay.
But the issue is, how many of them do you see coming out to say, I want to work? So that's the purpose of Life After Campus. So when we create the awareness, and the schools can actually see that, we have a lot to gain from this, and the students can embrace it, and parents can encourage it, then it means when your student is on holiday, you send him out to go and start getting the experience. But where they have missed all these things, we are saying after graduation, come to the finishing school.
Yeah.
The finishing school takes about 3 months.
Okay.
So after 3 months, we send you out to go out and work somewhere as an intern. So we call it internship period.
Yeah.
That's another 3 months.
Okay.
2 things we want to achieve from that. They will assess what we have done, whether we have actually made you employable. Then you will gain a lot. They will improve on what we have done, and of course, they will assess what we have done.
Yeah.
Most times, to the glory of God, they don't come back because they employ them.
Wow.
Yes.
Fantastic.
That's just the glorious part of it. They employ them. They don't come back.
Well, with the wind of new change blowing all over the country, Nigeria, what are your expectations? And how good is it for the youth of Nigeria when we have over 60% of population of Nigeria as youth?
Let me tell you, one thing is, whatever we say here, and moreover, they don't see this program in Lagos State or anywhere, maybe just Osun State. It's just maybe 0.0000. It's just 0.0000% of I don't know, or 1. I don't know. So it's about if we have people who can actually drive this. I'm not saying they don't know. They know, but somebody needs to actually emphasize it. I don't want to mention the name. A senator told me that he raised this issue of education. But maybe with this new wind of change, we have people that say, it is true, we need to look into it.
Yeah.
Why is it that our graduates cannot meet up with the expectations of the marketplace? Why is it that our graduates cannot compete with graduates of other countries? Yeah. This is an issue. Who are the people we can call together to actually work in this area? How can we work together to achieve something? Then we will do it. It's so simple to do. But it must be accepted, it must be embraced. by the government.
The government.
So once they are ready, we are ready.
Wow. It's been an interesting time with you. And viewers at home, I want to believe that you've been enjoying and having a good time listening to Fola Ogunsola on the program Tacos today. And I want to believe that with what you are doing, there will be drastic change, because that is what we need in Nigeria. You know, because the large number of youths, people don't just use them for thuggery, especially during politics and things like that. There is need for them to live life better, get it right for themselves. Okay, viewers at home, and until next time when I shall come your way again on this program Tacos. My name is Deji Adefila. Thank you so much, ma, for coming on the program.
You're welcome.
Thank you. God bless you.